Hi chums, right, well as the title of the video, where is it, where's my finger? As the title of the video suggests, this is about what happened a few days ago. Now, I couldn't say anything then because it was sub judice, is that what it's called? But I'm not going to press charges. I basically know this person, and if I were to press charges, it'd be more like revenge on my part, and really this person needs pity more than punishment. And as you'll see, that we're basically dealing with a lunatic here. So I'll tell you what happened. Now, you need to bear in mind and understand that when you're sitting there going, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? This all happened very quickly. And it's like being in a car crash. It happens in an instant, but it can take you an hour to tell one of your friends what happened, because everything comes flooding back. But at that moment, when it's going on, you're basically paralysed and you don't know what to do. So understand that I was in my garden and suddenly this happened. So there was just an element of shock and surprise involved in the whole thing. And it didn't last very long, but I'll tell you what happened. Now, the camera will probably shake about a bit here because I'm going to have to try and show you what happened, but here we go. So basically, I was walking into the garden and I passed this shed. And as I passed the shed, the next thing I grabbed by the throat like this, and this boy started shouting, "What do you like? What do you like?" I'm going, "Jeez, what the hell's going on here?" And he goes, what do you like? You're a shame and a disgrace to your family." I'm going, "Oh no." And I'm going, "All you do is complain. You never do anything but complain. If you're not crying about the weather, you're whinging about your back. What sort of man are you? What sort of man are you? You're no man. That's what you are. You're no man, and you'll never be a man. What? Work? There's no work in you. You've never worked a day in your life, and you from good, hard-working family." And this thing here, this is still going on. You're from a good, hard-working family, and you've no work in you, and then a gab shite like you comes along and spoils the whole thing. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That's what you need to be. Ashamed of yourself. You're nothing but a big girl's blouse. That's what you are. Big girl's blouse. It's a wonder your mother can even look at you. So when finally I got all this hauling and pulling stopped, and I took stock of the situation, next thing I started again, it's a thrashing you need. It's a good thrashing you need. And I started getting pulled towards this log pile. So I finally got all this pulling stopped, and I was able to take stock of the situation. Now, I'll tell you something. When somebody comes out, when you get grabbed by the throat, it's a very scary experience. But it's even more scary when you realise that the person that has you by the throat is yourself. Oh my goodness. Now maybe out in YouTube land, all you people are used to that happening, but it never happened to me before. But it scared me. Now, I knew I needed a damn good talking to, but never once did I think it was going to turn violent. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad I got myself stopped before it ended up over here at the log pile, because I'll tell you what, the mood I was in, I would have given myself a damn good hiding and probably put myself in hospital. But at the end of the day, it didn't do me any harm, and I'll show you now what has happened since. It gave me a scare, mind you. But I'll tell you one thing for sure. I wasn't too happy with the police when they came out, because the young policeman just giggled the whole time I was telling him about it, and the older one was good. He was asking me did I want to press charges and everything, and I was thinking about it. But the young one just kept sniggering and laughing. I think they must have been telling each other jokes in the car coming out or something. But as you can see, every single bed has been tilled. This frames up for the beans, and the garlic is coming on very nicely. All these beds are tilled as well. This one here hasn't been done. This has to be dug out completely, and that'll take a lot of time, so I'm not going to do that now. I want to get the other work done and get ready for putting stuff in. That's just a pea frame there that's lying. I'm going to put that into position later on. So I've got my beds all done, and I'm happy with that. And it just, you see, it looks like a lot of work. It's not a lot of work really. It's a case of sticking at it. So once you get down on the nailer and just go, you can get a bed done in an hour or so, you know. And the lovely thing about the raised beds is because you're not standing on them, or because nobody's standing on them, the soil doesn't get compacted. So it's really, really handy for weeding and stuff later, because you just basically scrape the top off. My mates came out the other night and helped me here. You can see here just a load of crap along the side here, but we got the bath into position. and as you can see, there's water in it, and that's worked out okay. So that's the gutter of the thing of the greenhouse there, obviously, and then this is the pipe bringing the stuff into the bath. There's a wee tip for you folks: if you want to get the water in, a good long pipe to the centre of the bath, and that'll stop all the water building up at one end then, you know. So we'll go into the greenhouse and see what I've done there, because when it wasn't working out here, I did some work inside in the greenhouse. We had 4 lovely days. There's the sun coming out now. We had 4 lovely days there, and it was really nice. I've started clearing this place out as well. You see, there were bags of soil in here that were used for, not soil, but soil compost. They were used for the potatoes last year. I used those bags for topping the beds up, so there's no waste, you know. Once the soil is used, done its job, I put it in here just as a filler to fill these bags up, so it's not a case where I'm going out every year having to fill the beds up, but a certain amount of soil comes out because you're weeding and stuff. And I've got an insidious weed here that's like a blanket across the top of the ground, and I have to pull it off in handfuls, and that takes a fair bit of soil as well. But if I don't, I'm going to be left with little roots and stuff that's going to keep growing. The strawberries, they're not done yet, but they're starting to perk up. As you can just show you them now, they're starting to perk up. You can see here in the centres there's new leaves and stuff coming, so I'll get it before the leaves come. A wee tip for you for that: if you've got strawberries, work at your strawberries when they're like that, because you can actually see what you're doing then and get the old stuff out, you know. This into the greenhouse now. So the moor's gone. That was one of the problems, was trying to keep pace, but as you can see, the 2 beds, all the weeds are gone and they're filled up even more. And then there's a little weed there. Now I bought one of these things years ago. This is called an American hoe, and it's a great job. It kind of works back and forth. It's like a stirrup, and it works back and forth, and you get it cut both ways. And what I use that for is a situation like this. We've got a wee weed down there, and then just in and gone, and that's all it takes. And this is one of the problems that people have with their garden. They don't go walk around the garden at night for 10 minutes with a hoe in their hand, because if you do that, you hit the wee weeds as you see them, and you're not left with spending a whole weekend in the garden absolutely wrecked. It'll mean that you can get the work done easier, and it doesn't mean you sicken yourself. There's me compost in from the potatoes. I'm going to do those today. This is the suitcase. I'm not going to open it this year, because those are in from last year and they were put in late. So I'm going to leave them and see what happens with the potatoes that were in there today. Come on. As you can see, my cabbages are ready to go out. My beans are ready to go out. These ones here are flying up. I don't know what make those are. That one there, Sutton, and this one's called Red Epicure. It is absolutely flying, so I'm happy with that. And then down here we've got marigolds. These are marigolds from, oh, they're starting to come, look. Those are Scots marigold, and they're coming. And then down here we've got the Transatlantic Challenge update, and as you can see, there's very little happening in there, but in the front here we have got little seeds coming. The tomatoes are starting, so that's that. As I say, I'm well behind everybody else. These are the little trial I'm doing with 6 tomatoes outside a fish box and 6 tomatoes inside, and we've got 1 tomato there. So that's not really, I don't think that's definite proof of a theory, you know. So as you can see, I'm well enough pleased that this stuff I've got this place sorted out. So that's where we are. But just back to that incident up the road, you know, I have a bit of a problem with myself now, because, you know, it's like an old dog, an old faithful dog that bit its master. It can never be trusted again, and that's where I am now. That anytime I'm with myself, I'll not be able to trust myself anymore. So there you go, you live and learn. But as I say, that's where I am. There'll be another update later on when I get some more work done, and I'm going to do that now. I'm going to get a cup of tea, upload this, and then I'll start on the spuds and the seeds down here, because it's quite warm today. I'll show you the temperature here. The temperature at the moment in a cloudy day is 19 Celsius, or sorry, not Celsius, 19 centigrade. I'm tired of this Celsius thing. 19 centigrade or 67 Fahrenheit. Okay, so oops, there we are. Where are we? Sorry, that's it. So all the best then, folks, and Bye bye.